Isn't he the cutest baby ever? Look at him. He's such a good boy. He wanted some attention as the stream was starting. So sorry, people, but Matt gets what he wants. Oh, he's had enough. Okay. Hi, people. How are we doing today? Let's see. I gotta switch over here. Welcome in, Diane. Good to see you. Oh, my cameras and everything are all messed up. Let's see here. Let's fix this if I can. Oh, I see the issue. All right, hold on. Okay. No, that's it. Okay. So we go here. Here. Oh, God. That's fun. All right, hold on. I gotta fix something else here. Let's try that. I'm sure the cats will knock that down, but it's worth a try for now. All right. A little bit better. What's this here? Switch over to this screen. And here we go. Welcome in, Richard and the devil. Alex says hi. Hi, stranger. Hope everyone is doing well. I didn't get the Discord notification. What did I do wrong? Oh, God. Now the computer's freezing. Why didn't the Discord notification go out? Where's Jenna? Jenna, you here? Is Linky broke? Let's see. Let's tag Matt. Oops, wrong person. Hold on. Okay. Matt and Jenna. Is Linky broke? I'm live and the notification isn't on Discord. Let's see what happens. And then I'll give it a few minutes for people to come in anyway before I start babbling. I actually do have stuff to talk about. But we need more people. But they can't come here if they don't know I'm live. Let me try something else. Let me go to. Hi, Lori. Welcome in. Let's go to the Fish Fan Link website. Who's live? Yeah, see, it knows. It says. All right, so let's do it this way. All right, I need to find the link to my stream. Now, how do I get the link? Options. Get shareable link. There we go. And then we can go over here to FishFam link, add a stream. I got to log in. Paste the checkbox. Submit. There we go. And then, since Linky is not participating, we'll put it over here too. Okay. There we go. Now, what is this? Let's see here. Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. There's Jenna. Yes, Jenna, I added it myself. But isn't it now that you don't have to do it in a certain amount of time or something like that? Like, doesn't it do it right away? But either way, I got it. The StreamYard link. And anyone? No. I did the YouTube link. Now give it a minute. Okay, I am. Did it tell you live stream detected and channel marked live? I don't know. Yes. It does say that. If you're nice to Cheddar. Where is Cheddar? Cheddar's in his little shark bed sleeping. But Jenna, at the very beginning, Mac was here. Because he wanted to cuddle. He's an angel baby. There we go. Now the numbers are climbing. Okay, we're getting there. I mean, it's not a scheduled stream, and it's a very weird time of the day, so not expecting a lot, but it's getting there. Okay, there we go. Do they like their new litter box? So, all right, so we'll get started. We'll talk about that first. Today is the first day I have been off from both jobs, technically all three jobs, in a long time. In fact, let's see. When was the last time I was off from all the jobs? December 14th. So today is the first time I'm off from everything since December 14th. In which I went to. No, it was canceled then. So yeah. First time since that. That I did not have to work somewhere for some period of time. And I also did not have a lot planned that I had to do. When this morning I did have to do some work emails, but it didn't take long. And yes, Jenna, I definitely worked Christmas Day. In fact, it was a busy shift at the aquarium. So did I work Thanksgiving? Or well, that's before December 14th, so never mind. Where was I going with that? So yeah, first day off with no big plans. I'm going to a friend's house tonight to see the family and what's it called? Having dinner. So that's tonight. Looking forward to that. Haven't seen them in a bit. Um, mm, um, so I had some free time finally, and I wanted to get some stuff done. So I've had a 55-gallon saltwater tank set up for a long time. I mean, it's at least a year, and just not happy with it. Didn't like it. Um, it. I hate that footprint. The stand. It's a iron metal stand. Ugly. Um, I had already started emptying it and putting it into a smaller tank. I want to say it's a 14-gallon Fluval all in one, maybe something like that. It's one of those ones with the built-in light that doesn't have a button, but you tap the top of the light and it turns on and off, which is very weird to me. But that tank's looking good. Um, so I decided that I had a in the shrimp room. I had a bow front tank set up for freshwater. I hated the substrate in it, the very fine gravel. I hated it. Um, it was an ugly tank, the way it was set up. Just not happy with it. And I was like, you know what? It's bigger than the Fluval. It's smaller than the 55. I'm not positive um, of what size it is, and I'll get to that in a minute. It's somewhere between a 36 and 46 bow front. That's all I know. Or I'm pretty positive. So I was like, okay, let's set. The other thing I didn't like about the 55 is my saltwater light that I had on it was way too small. It only covered half the tank. I was like, well, this would fit. This light would fit perfect on the bow front tank. So I've the contents of the 55, or half of the contents of the 55, I put into the Fluval. And over the last few weeks, when I had time, I've been emptying out the bow front, which took some time. I mean, I had a lot of driftwood in there, I had a lot of plants in there, the substrate was in there, the fish that were in there. And I finished that yesterday. Yeah, I finished that last night, getting that emptied. So this morning, I took the live rock out of the 55 that was left in there and put it into a bucket, and I was able then to slide it out of the way. It still had water in it. Probably has about 20 gallons of water left in it. But I put on some furniture movers and I moved it. Was able to slide it out of the way so that I could slide the bow front tank and stand, which has a nice wooden stand, by the way, in its place. And I gave the tank a really good cleaning inside. Once I'm done setting it up, I'll clean the outside of it. I was all excited because at one of the meetings I went to last weekend, which I'll talk about in a minute, um, I got a 46 bow front all glass lid. And I was like, perfect. That's what I need for this tank because I did not have the right lid for it previously. I go to put it on, it's too wide. I don't know. I got to take some measurements and figure out what freaking size is this. I'm thinking maybe I'm pretty certain it's bigger than a 36, but it's obviously smaller than a 46. Um, or maybe it's a brand difference. Maybe it is a 46, but it's a different brand, and that's why this lid is not fitting. The lid is too wide and by about this much, and it's too narrow, um, only by a tiny bit, like that much, just in one spot. So maybe it's a different brand, but or maybe it's like a 38 bow front. I don't think they make a 40 bow front. So I got to figure out what freaking size this tank is. But anyway, I got the tank and stand in place. At least the lid covers most of it, but I gotta get the right size lid because the salt creep will start on it and it drives me nuts. And then during Foxy's stream, I started moving the sand over. I gotta let the water settle so that I can see what sand is left in there and what is needed. And then I'll start changing out the water as well. I'm also a nervous wreck. This is a pretty old tank that I'm using, the bow front. So I am a little worried that it's going to develop a leak, but it's not that much water. I'm gonna have a lot of live rock in there, but the light will fit perfect on it. And once I get this 55 out of the way now, I will be able to set up the litter robot. I did download the app on the phone. I watched the video of how to do it. But by getting rid of the 55 and replacing it with a smaller footprint tank on that wall, it gives me a spot for the litter robot. So that's coming up next. And speaking of the litter robot, thank you, Kelly, for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Very sweet of you. And welcome to the stream. And welcome, Nancy from Tennessee. She's a nice lady. And I think that's everybody. So that's the game plan there. After that, I'm going to move the 55 down to the basement. I got to figure out what's the best way to clean it to switch it from saltwater to fresh water. It has a lot of coralline algae built up on it, so it's going to probably need a good cleaning. But I'm going to take that down there, and I'm thinking maybe it would be a good second axolotl tank. Maybe. We'll see. I'm enjoying the axolotls. I actually don't think I've streamed since this. I successfully hatched approximately 10 to 12 axolotls. I've had the adults, and they're young. I mean, they're young adults, but I've had them for probably, let's see here, 2 months, I think. Yeah, I've had them for 2 to 3 months. And I was able to get eggs, and thanks to Foxy's help, I collected some of them and was able to hatch them. I did lose some of the eggs that I picked. They did not. They did not all hatch. The ones that I did pull, and of the ones that did hatch, I did lose probably 3 to 5 babies. I believe I have about 8. I think I have 8 babies down there. I'm trying to picture it. All of them are in. Well, hello. Do you want to come up too? Come on. Ugh. Look at that. A stream where you've been able to see both of the cats. So I was able to hatch, I think it's 8 of them that are still alive, which Foxy said is a pretty good number. I shipped her some eggs, and that was just a shipping nightmare, but she was able to get about 3 of them that lived, she was able to hatch and are alive, I believe. So I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of work. They need live foods, preferably baby brine shrimp, which is not always. Oh, I'm itchy. Hold on. All right, there we go. Sorry. With my work schedule, working 2, sometimes 3 jobs, usually 2 jobs in a day, just the time to hatch baby brine shrimp is not always possible. So I am, it's been a challenge, and keeping the water parameters good and doing so on so many containers of water now. Setting up the airlines and air stones for so many containers of water. It's a lot of work, but it's working. They are growing. I send every few days. I send pictures to Foxy to see what. Ow! Why are you driving your nails into my stomach? Um, Setting up. All right. I'm sorry. I've been sending her pictures. She says they're looking good. They're developing well. Um, so that's good. Um, so I'm enjoying it. I'm anxious to see. Obviously, some of the babies are going to be BAP'd. God, itchy. Um, it's because I was cleaning the living room and there was dust that I was cleaning. So I'm anxious to see. Not only do I enjoy the adults feeding them, they're awesome little animals. Um, I'm curious to see if there is a demand in the area for them in the auctions at the local fish stores. Um, Now that I'm getting a hang of it and improving my setups and stuff like that, I might be able to do it. I gotta, during this process, I've improved my brine shrimp hatchery setup area as well. Um, so I am curious of what it's going to do. If there's a demand for it and it brings me money, um, I'll probably continue to hatch them in small groups. I really would not want to do more than 10 at a time. I think that's a safe number. Um, but also, I think setting up the 55 down there, um, I'm running out of room in the warmer sections of the fish rooms of the basement. However, I do still have room in the colder section, which is perfect for them. Um, I would like to try some different colors and stuff like that. I think that would be pretty cool as well. So I'm glad to be getting this saltwater tank set up. There's some stuff I want to do, some coral that I would like to try as well. Uh, I'm ready to try fragging some more coral. I successfully fragged my green star polyp. I'd like to get into some mushrooms and then also finally try to breed try to breed a saltwater fish in addition. All right, let's see here. Let's scroll up. Welcome in, Jody. Good to see you. I hope you are surviving your single woman, single person major fish operation and all of your other stuff that you have in life, like your storage business and your miniature farm that you have, and being stuck living in the same town as Matt. Let's see here. Mr. and Mrs. BAP point. Yes, yes, indeed. Now you just need to breed those weird frogs for ultimate. No, I don't need to anymore. I'm good. I'm good. Um, so since I'm currently not a member of ACLC, I don't need the axolotls or the frogs for that BAP program. However, if I go back in a year or so, if I do go back to ACLC, I will need the axolotls for there. I'm participating in the ACM, the Maryland Club BAP program. I honestly like their program a lot better. Um, Not all the species are listed, um, like axolotls, for example, but they also don't have the target species, which I and others, including the BAP committee at ACLC, did not like the target species, or some of them, and did not agree with them. But I like the structure of ACM's BAP program. I also like their process for they use a Google form, which made it easy for me to enter. Um, and also, there's a lot of talk at Diamond State for a BAP program. I predict it's going to be a lot simpler. Nowhere near as complex as ACLC, and not even as complex as ACMs, just because it's a much smaller crowd and definitely not as much breeding. But the goal is to encourage more breeding to help the auctions and ultimately help the meeting attendance as well. So, yes, I will need axolotls for both of those BAP programs potentially, or potentially 3: ACM, Diamond State, and maybe ACLC in the future. All right, everyone's saying hi to Cheddar. Welcome in, Select Pet John. I hope you're doing well. John, there's a chance, or let me pose this as a question, a statement as well. So, my time off for the Bluegrass Bash, Blue Bash, basically, John and Nancy from Tennessee's bash. We'll call it that. How about that? Okay. The time off has been approved for that. At least I think. I haven't heard otherwise, so I'll assume yes. The next step is going to be, I guess, my registration and the hotel. I'm assuming I should get the hotel first. I don't know, or at least I don't think that I can do it all at once financially. So I'm thinking it would probably make sense for the hotel first. I think I read somewhere that you said the hotel is filling up. How much time do you think I have? I'm thinking I would be able to do that financially in a week or two. So, and then a week or two after that, get the tickets for the event itself. When is it? I need to check that too, because I mean, I still gotta figure out like from when to when I'm gonna get there and how long and stuff like that. All right, I'm behind in chat, so play nice, guys. Play nice. All right, let's see here. Okay. We need Fish Fam Link to make a BAP program of some sort, a friendly fish competition among the Fish Fam. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. It'd be tough to do and track and stuff like that. But I like that idea. I like friendly competition. I love friendly competition. I know Nick in my tanks was talking about doing something like that. I mean, ideally, I think if the Fish Fam Link would be a good place to keep the data and the documents, I think it would be a nice central location. I think if the different forces came together to create the program, I think that would be a great idea. Orange cats are best cats. I don't know about that. There's Laura. Welcome in, Laura. Good to see you. Laura, did you participate in Raid Weekend for Clash of Clans? It is that time. I did all my attacks already. Have you thought about getting a wife to help you out? I love that idea. That would be... Women are expensive, but I would save money if I had a wife. Number one, oh God, this is going to be okay. Don't jump around too much because I have a window vent thingy um, propped on top of the cat tower to block out the sun right there because I don't have a curtain in this window so that the cats can look out. And Ginger's going up there now. It's probably going to come crashing down and it's going to scare the crap out of him. All right. It hasn't happened yet. But like if I had a wife, I would eat healthier. I would not eat out as much. And I would save so much money. It would, and even if she doesn't cook for me, having someone to cook for besides myself, I would be more tempted to cook at home more. But we could share the cooking. We could share the, oh God, don't do it, Cheddar, you idiot. It would just be a win-win. It really would. Okay. If you get a strong chain, you can keep her in the house at lower chances of getting caught. Oh God, those frog kind of gross me out. Yeah, me too. We have them at work. They're gross. Some guy at stores charged $160 for ugly mudworms. Wow. Wow. I don't see him around here. Oh, you idiot. Why are you pawing at that? God, he's stupid. He can't chain a wife in the basement, fish room, and expect her to cook in the kitchen. See? Good point, Jenna. She's so smart. He would need at least 2 strong chains. Matt, have you seen my new orange cat? He is adorable. Maybe Scotty needs 2 wives. Okay. One for upstairs and one for the basement. Don't forget one for the second floor where the bedroom probably is. Yes. I have a bedroom here. I have my office in here and the cat room. And then I got the first floor. And then I got the basement. Sleeper, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. 3 it is. There we go. He's not ready for advanced wife settings. Does Scotty just make Jody a single lady? No, she has Sean. But she's got a single fish business. Pitt's Target are totally different, even though rest is similar. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that is very similar between Pittsburgh ACLC and ACM's BAP programs. But it's this cat. They all have their uniqueness as well, which I think is a lot better. What is the point of target species? It's supposed to be stuff that is super challenging to breed or endangered care species and stuff like that. But some of it is not very realistic for hobbyists, in my opinion. So now you know how to structure the Fish Fan BAP program. Get started. We'll expect a rules list on your next stream. Good grief. Pittsburgh shrimp is bamboo. I don't know what that means. I don't even know what my club does for BAP. I've never bothered to look. But you're a breeder, Kelly. You should. Yeah, Madaka points. See. So now Nancy has to split her event with John. Yes, teamwork. Teamwork. Think of the power of wield with those points. Awesome. We have more registered now than any other convention previously at this point. That's amazing to hear. That is very good to hear. Hotel has a little over 200 rooms, and we expect over 600 people. Hotel would be first priority, but there's a little time, but don't sleep on it. Okay, cool. One thing I really don't like about ACLC is they don't have BAP points online. Yes. And that is something that I was working on for a long time. ACM doesn't have the people's points posted yet online, but they are working on it. They just switched to a new website. They have the login feature there, and they're working on getting the BAP program on there as well. However, in their newsletter, all of the points are published every single month. Welcome in, Cosmin. Good to see you. I was thinking of you this morning, Cosmin. I do have a diapteron left. I don't know if there's more than one in there, but I found one. I have no clue where that thing was hiding when I looked last time. I looked everywhere and did not see him. But there's a fish in there right now. Maybe there's more. I hope so. How would Fish Fam Link verify the breeders? Like, would the fish have to be submitted to an auction or something? And like a set number of photos, videos submitted as proof of breeding, setup, breeding. I would say I would not require an auction because Fish Fam Link does not do auctions. So I would say Fish Fam Link is technically not a single person or single person's channel. It's a team. So I would say if Fish Fam Link did an auction, the breeder could get extra points if it's entered into that, and even more points if it was a donation. But I would say videos of showing the parents and the babies would be a requirement, which is not hard. I mean, you do one video of the parents. If the babies are in that same tank, perfect. If not, a separate video of the babies. And I would include some type of timestamp so that it shows that both videos are taken the same day. I think that would be sufficient. Yeah, it's going to be some honor system as well. But I think that would be the most. And yeah, HAP as well. Absolutely. I think that would be amazing. Unfortunately, I don't think it's necessarily realistic to require entering it into an auction or technically dispersing it to the fish fam, because some people don't want to ship, aren't good at shipping. Some don't even have the area in their or the means in their geographical area to realistically have them ship. Unfortunately. Give the others crap. Oh, don't worry. You know I will, Laura. You know I will. Since we are on YouTube, Fish Fam Link BAP would use videos as far as proving the breeding and extra points if they're auctioned off or shared some way. Exactly. See, John gets it. Expensive. You're doing it wrong. They are free if you're sneaky enough. Oh, Matt or Kelly wants cat award points. Jesus. Skipper auction or give local club. I don't think, because like Jeff Pelham does auctions, Latoya did an auction, Skipper does auctions, but they're not necessarily Fish Fam Lake auctions, so I'm not sure about that. I think the Fish Fam Link sharing fish for BAP should be in any way, long as it verified somehow, like given to another fish fam or auction online, or video the club auction submission. A lot of BAP is on. Yeah, that's true too. Contact Tanner about how to clean your saltwater. That's a good idea. Yes, good idea. I'm sure him and Haley would be able to help you. They have an aquarium. Yes, that's a good point. Conservation awareness program. That's a cool name for it. I've never heard, I've heard people having CARES programs at their clubs. I've never heard it called a CAP. I like that. BAP points online, like who has what or what fish are worth. I'm taking notes how to improve my club's program. Both, John, both. And John, if you go to ACLC's website or ACM's website, they both have their programs on their websites not the who has how many points. Both clubs, I think, are working on doing that, but they both have the rules and what the fish are worth. They both do have those published. Stand by. Dinner questions. And John, if you have any questions about BAP, I mean, I'm familiar with ACLCs, I'm learning ACMs, and I'm helping develop Diamond States. Our BAP points are on the club site. Sometimes it's even updated. Nice. I think ACM's goal is to make it so that it's automatic, or at least sometimes. Or let me phrase that. Actually, I don't know. I don't want to talk out of line. I'm not positive. There was a club I saw somewhere had separate amphibian invert type stuff. BAP was just fish. Was like IAP. Oh, cool. Excuse me. The issue I see with Fish Family BAP requiring auction is it alienates anyone that can't ship. Exactly. So I think I would give extra points if they're able to, but don't make it a requirement. However, in club BAP programs, I think it should be a requirement to put it in the auction. I have very mixed emotions about requiring a donation or not, but I think extra points should be given if it's a donation. Pittsburgh, you can do a talk with pictures if it's a fish you don't want to donate and still get credit. That's pretty cool. And also, I think doing newsletters or articles for newsletters should get you extra points, and it helps that program as well because every club struggles to get articles, right? And the same for presentations. What is the dinner question? The dinner question is, do I like apple crisp? And the initial answer was, what is apple crisp? I think I like it, but clarify. She clarified, and the answer is yes, I do. So there are three you can look at. ACLC has a better shrimp one. You're welcome. I'm always looking for new ways to improve. Like this year, we added a diverse breeder award for the breeder that submits the most different classes. ACM has that, yes. I think I need to go blow my nose. I should get tissues for in here. That makes sense. Do people care about a little BAP ribbon or whatever is given out? I mean, if you like a fish, breed it. If you don't like a fish, leave it alone. So different clubs give very different awards. Some give money, some give club credit, like club cash, we'll call it. Some give trophies, plaques, other prizes. A lot like the friendly competition of it. So yes, I mean, I know that ACLC has good BAP participation. ACM has really good BAP participation. I'm pretty sure Pittsburgh does. I think a lot of the clubs have really good participation with it. So I'm going to say the answer is yes, that people do care about it. And it works very good for the clubs as well. It gets the auctions bigger. It gets the which also brings in more money for the club. This sounds like a lot of data tracking for a fish family BAP period, and I can only imagine who that work would fall on. I would say, Jenna, that it doesn't have to be because Matt should be able to figure out a way to automate it. Kelly is a pro Apple, Chris. I believe that. What are you doing? Come on. Get up here if you're going to get up here. Make up your mind. Come on. There you go. Surprisingly, they do care about the little ribbons much more than you would think. Yeah, I agree. Someone tracked me down 3 months later to say she didn't get hers. Yep. Who is making apple crisp? My friend, who I'm going to dinner to their house for dinner tonight. Automated Jenna Google Forms will send it to a spreadsheet automatically. Yep. Yep, exactly. Nancy and John, you guys are in the same BAP program? You guys have so many clubs right in that area that I can't keep track of who goes to where. I think both of you go to multiple clubs and sometimes the same. Carl, yeah, Carl breeds some fish. If they get very competitive in Pittsburgh and once master breeder, free lifetime membership. Yeah. To exhaust all species of fish, then of course Keith will win for a few years, but then watch out. That's funny. Scotty, don't give Matt more work to do. Why not? He gives you more work to do. Why can't I give him more work to do? I just heard my name. All I've heard you saying the last 20 minutes is blah, 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 blah. I have no idea what any of this you're talking about is, and none of it interests me at all. Go to the beginning and catch up from the beginning. Nancy and I both go to Nashville. Yep. I'm more. Is Nashville ETAA? Is that it? Eastern Tennessee Aquatic Association, maybe? I'm more active in the Lexington BAP though. Okay. One thing I did hear you mention is auctions. While Fish Fam Link will likely never do stuff directly, I'm working to integrate stores directly. Oh, that's cool. If these auctions can get me feeds of items, we can. That'd be cool. I have been here since the beginning. Oh, gee golly, thanks. ETAA, Knoxville, MCAS, Nashville. Okay, that's right. And Sarah is more active at ETAA than MCAS. Also, that reminds me, is Mitch still active in one of those? I forget which one. But is like I haven't seen him streaming, but does he still go? No, Eastern States, Knoxville, Nashville's Music City. Oh, Sarah is MCAS. Okay, that's cool. I can't keep track of you guys. I'm finally caught up in chat. Thank you guys for being so chatty. I appreciate it. And thank you for being here. So last weekend, let me make sure it was last weekend. Make sure I got my dates right here. Sweet. I get dessert. When is the Nancy and John bash? And Matt, thank you for being a member for 28 months. That's insane. I haven't been able to make ETA in a while. It falls on work weekends. Yeah. But I think Mitch has stepped back and focused on other priorities. Is he still does he still attend at all? Does he still have fish, or is he just out of it altogether? June 25th to the 28th. Okay. Okay, so not that much time. I need to put this in my calendar, though. 25th to the 28th. My calendar. Save. So I think I'm off the 24th. Is my first day off. I go back to work on the 30th. So therefore, I got to look at the website and see what's happening on the 25th. Like, this will depend on when I leave and stuff like that. Ideally, I would like to leave on the 24th, drive for a decent amount of time, stay somewhere in between the night of the 24th, and then finish on the 25th to enjoy myself the 26th, 27th, leave the afternoon of the 28th, drive, stay somewhere, finish driving the 29th. I think that was my mindset when I did the vacation time request. Yes, I'll have to send Matt a gift. But people will be there on the 24th. A bourbon tasting is on the 24th, but don't quote me. I mean, that sounds freaking delicious, but I don't think I'm gonna make that part. I give you $1 every. Also, I give you $1 every month, and you take 30%. You give me $1 every month, and Patreon takes 20%. A litter robot for all of Scotty's members. Jesus. Should record a good morning song and send the file to Matt to use as a morning alarm. That would be sexy. I think Nancy is organizing a native collecting one of those days. Wow. Just give an extra 12 hours down to Louisiana on your way back home. I mean, it would be cool if I can coordinate a stop in there to visit people. I got to look at it geographically. End up on the wheel. True story. Okay, so last weekend, I went to the Mid-Atlantic Hilly Organization meeting on Saturday. It was at one of the members' houses who's actually the closest to me geographically. Really close to my old apartment, actually. And really close for Cosman. He was there. It was good to see him, of course. You're a good boy, Cheddar. Sometimes. What's my train of thought? It was a good meeting. It was good to see his fish room. Gives me a lot of ideas, really. I did not take anything to put in the auction, but I did get. I spent less than $60. I forget the exact amount, but I came home with 4 2.5-gallon tanks, I think. Either 4 or 6, 2.5s. No. Yeah. 4 2.5s. 2 of the larger critter keepers. I think they're like 5s or 6s. Probably 4 10s. I think. The glass lid for a 46 bow front, brand new in the original box, from a long time ago, but still perfect condition, perfect, unused. What else did I get? I think I may have gotten some hornwort, maybe Java moss, maybe. I got the 2 meetings mixed up. I think that's all I got. But Most of the tanks, not all of them, but most of them had lids. So I came home with, it was a total of 11 tanks, I believe. 11 tanks and a brand new lid, glass lid, for under $60 is amazing. One of the tens does have a very slow leak. I haven't set any of these tanks up yet. But he told me that the one has a leak. I'm thinking potentially of setting that up as a, what's it called when you have water and land? Is that a paludarium? Terrarium is just land, right? So I'm thinking of setting it up as one of those two. Another one I broke carrying it down. And that's all I know so far. I really like some of the 2.5 lids. They're custom made. They're pretty cool. One of the tens has an undergravel filter. So a lot of potential. It was a really good meeting. There were some really good people there that I really like. And we had a lot of good conversations about the upcoming year for the club and some ideas for the club. And of course, a crap ton of killifish talk. So that was amazing. Sunday was the ACM, Aquarium Club of Maryland meeting. The December meeting was canceled because of the weather. So it was a really big auction. I think there was a total of over 300 lots, maybe at least over 200, 2 to 300 lots. I think it was pretty damn close to 300. And the nice thing is the dry goods is an online auction. So the in-person auction, the live auction, was only live goods. I did take stuff to sell there. Their BAP program, I got to get confirmation. I was told by one person that if you donate it, it's extra points. And then I was told by another person that no, you don't get it as extra points for a donation. So I switched everything to no donation. And I did very good in my opinion. So I entered, and all of these were BAP entries. Vienna guppies, which only went for $5. Neolamprologus multifasciatus, Shelleys, for $3. But, and here's the I love auctions. I love fish auctions because you never freaking know which direction it's going to go. Let me say this again. Vienna guppies, at least 4 of them, $5. Shelleys, $3. Malaysian trumpet snails, $10 freaking dollars. Crazy. I was shocked. There was more than 4. I probably put like 20 in there, but still. Ram's horn snails, $2. Yellow Neocaridina, $10. Blue diamonds, $12. Absolutely insane. Absolutely freaking insane. But that's why I love fish auctions. I love going to fish clubs and I love their auctions because you never freaking know. On the buying side, I don't have that pulled up on here, but I got a 20-gallon high for $1. I got another 20-gallon high for $1. I got a metal stand for 220 highs for $20. And I don't know what else I got. Maybe some moss and hornwort, maybe? I forget. But either way, what I bought, I only had to pay $15 for. So I had to get more. What else did I get? I don't remember. How do I get this? One lots. I got white worms, Java moss, and that was it. So the two 20-gallon tanks, the stand, white worms, and Java moss. The stand, but it was a good meeting. All right. Monday was Diamond State's meeting. However, I had to work. I had to work Saturday and Sunday too, but I didn't have to get there until 6. And so I was able to make it after both club meetings. Monday, Diamond State meets in the evening, and I had to work in the evening. So I did not make that. All right, let's scroll up and catch up in chat. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I don't think Louisiana would work in the travels. It's funny. YouTube keeps telling me I'm not subscribed to folks. That inhibits chatting in some streams. It's working now, though. Yes, that has been happening to me as well. What I have found is I have to leave the stream and come back. And then initially it says it, but then it goes away. So live chat is... Oh, okay. Toggling from live to top to live does it. Okay, good to know. All about buying a bus as a bus to drive around and take people to fish events. I wish, I think I said this in my last stream. I wish there was a bus with 2 drivers that alternated, that just drove nonstop from one location to another. Or more trains that go from the East Coast west. And the high speed trains, not the ones that make 10 stops and it takes you 3 days to get to Chicago. Stupid. So yeah, that I don't fly for medical reasons, so I want to go. I want to go to the bash. I want to go to the Killifish convention. I want to go visit Jody. Everything else I want to do is on the East Coast, I think. So I don't. It's not pertinent, but it would be so much easier if I could take a bus out there or a train. Buy John a bus and he will take you to all the events. Nice. Clicking buttons till it works, Nancy. I resub to Whip 20 times on a stream. That's funny. Did you also get a 55-gallon to turn into a new saltwater tank? No, I'm tearing down the 55 and setting up I don't know what size it is. We'll say it's between a 36 and a 46. Do you have the same problem as me, spontaneous ejaculate when you fly? No. Visit Jody, but not me. Got it. Well, I was going to stay at the farm and then drive to Jody's warehouse. Actually, Jenna, I do want to go to Nashville, which is close enough to Nancy. A second 55 gallons. No, I hate that footprint. No more 55s. He's staying at your house while visiting Jody. Yeah, that's what I just said. Exactly. Come on, computer. And the chicken coop. Yeah, I mean, people stay in barns, so it's good. Jenna is left out because she's just in a bad spot. Look who woke up. Good morning, Zenny. It's so nice to see you. Zenny, I've been streaming for over an hour. Wow. Chat has been chatting. It has been a great time. Good conversation. Um, it's been a really good stream. I've had stuff to talk about. Chat's been chatting. It's been great. I love it. Yeah, exactly, John. If some of these trips I could work in talking at some clubs just to help offset the expenses, that would be really nice. I don't hate Jenna. I just hate where she lives. I am in the spot that has the food with flavor. I think that's what scares him. Start over from the beginning, Zen. Yes, Zenny, please go to the beginning and catch up on Double Time. I've had a lot to talk about. There have been cats, more than one, on stream. You would really enjoy it. Zenny, it's 2 o'clock. Good grief. All right, so those are those two meetings I talked about. What else do I have? I talked about setting up the little robot, the saltwater tanks, the axolotls. My yellow neos had another. I'm guessing more than one batch of babies. I mean, I got freaking baby yellow neos all over the place in that 40 breeder. Um, my blue galares that I bought the eggs of and hatched out are starting to get some beautiful color. I'm looking forward to that. Um, and hopefully I can get a couple pairs out of them and maybe breed them. That would be amazing. Um, that was the other thing. A single male blue Galaris Wari strain that Looney Tune, no, not Looney Tune, Toonie Dawn. What's her name? What's her screening? Toonie Loon? Toonie Loon, I think. There's a Looney Tune, I think, and a Toonie Loon. I think Toonie Loon is Dawn. Anyway, Dawn, Toonie Loon. Thank you guys. Toonie Loon brought in a single blue Galaris male, and I think it sold for $46. Absolutely insane. Um, Absolutely insane. So, I think I have two males of that same. And I didn't even ask. We probably got them both from Ryan Wildfish Tank at the Clash. But anyway, I'm probably gonna take those. I lost the female. I think I had a female at some point in time, or maybe I still have a pair. I don't know. They're in a 20 long, but I'm not getting any babies. That's all I know. And seeing how much they went for, about ready to ship their asses out. But these babies, if I can get some, I think they're Poland line 15, if I remember correctly. I would really like to get them breeding. I mean, that's where the money is. Let me tell you. Um, what else is going on down there? Do I have any other babies? I have some other random things that have had babies down there. The catfish from Whip. I have what I count 11 of them down there. I think. No. Yes. I think I have 11 of them. They're grown up good. Um, the Sulawesi shrimp are doing really good that I have down there that I got from Laura. Um, I've been getting lots of babies from them. What else? I really love, I think they're Trilineatus corridors. They look amazing. They're fun to watch. I enjoyed them. I don't know what else. I have some stuff that I'll be able to take for BAP for the next meeting. Such as up here, I have the Oopie Poopies. I have red cherries, the Sulawesi shrimp. All three of those I'll be taking for BAP, the axolotls. So I'll have at least another 4 species to take for BAP at ACM next month or whenever the next meeting I make. I gotta compare work schedule and stuff like that. But the next meeting, I'll be able to. I'm trying to think of what else I have that's ready for BAP. I think that's it. I checked today. I think it's the Stardust shrimp are still alive. I did not see any babies, but they're still alive. That's a great start. Again, with the way my work schedule has been, just keeping the species alive is the first challenge. The PRLs are all alive. The blue bolts are still alive. I did see some. What are the clear ones? The snowballs are at least one is still alive. I saw in there. Obviously, I still have the yellow neos and the blue diamonds. The Sulawesi. PBLs are still alive. So I have a lot that are still alive. That's a good start. All right. Are Gardnerite killifish temperature dependent for gender? As with all fish, what's going on with the green screen right here? That's weird. Let's go this way. Oh, you see a bag in the background there. I don't know what's going on. As with all fish, I've heard both. That temperature matters, temperature doesn't matter. So I'm not going to answer that because I'm not confident either way. I think, yes, warmer temperature gets you more males, but I'm sure there's some that could prove otherwise. That settles it. I'm taking a single blue Galaris to the club meeting tomorrow. Exactly. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I thought I lost my last gardener eye, but looked in tank, and even though I had a mop, no plants there. There were 6 babies. That's crazy. What parameters do I keep the Sulawesi's at? Laura answered it. Excuse me. I think the range I have is 185 to 210. Yeah, I believe. Alive is the first step to breed. That's true too. The green screen is artifacting. To make it not do that to your chair, you would need to adjust your lighting. I don't even have lights on in the room right now. All right, what else do I have? That might be it. The 140 breeder planted CO2 tank has a crap ton of algae. It needs some love. I have not done a water change in forever on it, so I know I need to. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's see here. I have the new stand for the 20 high, the 220 highs. I need to figure out what I want to put on there, or where I should say. I got another stand. Was it free? It was either free or super cheap. I forget. No, I did pay for it, but it was super cheap. That 2.5s fit on perfectly sideways, so I could fit multiple 2.5s. I think it's for a 20 long, maybe. I gotta figure. I think I'm gonna put that in the shrimp room. and put, I don't know what I want to put on there yet. I'd like to be able to put multiple tanks on there, but I'm not positive. I want to fix up that room some and do more streaming in there. I just got to figure it out. So I'm trying to figure out there, but right now the racks and stands are really the biggest issue and what I'm most unhappy about in all three fish rooms that I have. So I got to do better with that. The perfect world, somebody would come here and someday I'll be able to afford this. I would like to I would prefer, when funding allows, to pay a carpenter to come here and build me racks for all three rooms. And not necessarily to replace all the ones that I have, but replace some, and then I would move some of the ones I have to other spots. I think would be the best thing. There's probably 2 or 3 that I would just trash or use the lumber to make more. Or to use the lumber towards some of the ones that would be built. I don't know. But some of the ones that I have, I would probably just use for storage in the other part of the basement. But the racks that I built and some of the ones that I bought, I'm just not that happy with. So, and I think that's really what's holding me up with some stuff. The other thing that I want to do, which I can do, is I thought I made plenty of airdrops, air valve connections, whatever you want to call them. I didn't, especially for these axolotl tanks for the babies. The other thing that I'm really getting the itch to do is the success I would have if I had some semi-automatic water change systems would be huge. Whether I have 10 fish tanks or over 100, which I am 99% sure I have over 100 tanks or containers of water, even if they're shoe boxes for juveniles. No matter how many tanks I have, I suck at doing water changes. I want to do them. I'm not against them. I just suck at it. And if I had a system that was somewhat automatic, I think I would be better at it. The Python is not the answer for it. It needs to be more like, I have a system where I push a button on the phone or even in the room, and it drains water out of a tank, and I have a water tank for storage, and I push a button and it fills that tank up. It doesn't even need to be to the point where it does it automatically every day. It just needs to be easier. I don't need to do water changes every single day. But there's tanks, many tanks, that it's not even doing it. They're not getting water changes even monthly. Some are. I am significantly better than I used to be on many of the tanks, not all of them, many. But I really think if I had a better setup, something along those lines, the amount of babies that I would probably get, the amount of species that I would get babies from would be significantly higher. However, I don't want to drill the tanks that I have. I will probably buy drilled tanks when I see them available. But I'm sure I just got to figure out the way that to drain the tanks without drilling them. That's the first step. I almost envision like a drip line from an IV. Something along those lines. Where I have like the IV line attached to the tank, and I go over and open the line. It drains to PVC that goes to the floor drain. Then I push a button and it fills up the tank with the dechlorinated water. And to answer your question, John, because I want to have the tank be room temperature already and dechlorinated to fill it. So if I could do that, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. I don't think it would be smart to do that 100% until I get the racks situated the way I want to do it. All right, let's catch up in chat. Big Steve, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. It was good seeing you this past weekend. He doesn't want to visit Jenna, and he doesn't trust her when she explains things either. Of course I do. What do you keep in a 2.5? I got a few and don't know what to do with them. The first would be killifish for sure. Some shrimp. I have, let's see here. I probably have 3. Wait. 1, 2, 3. I think I have 3 different species of shrimp in 2.5s right now. They'd probably do better in bigger tanks, but that's what I got. So, got them in right now. Killifish, of course. And I think I have some live bears in 2.5s too. So, I mean, I probably have. I've noticed I'm doing more with 20 longs. That's probably one of my favorite sizes. I do have multiple 40 breeders. But like I have the Rivolus. Cosmin, if you're still here, what species are they? I always forget. I have the Rivolus I got from Cosmin in a 40 breeder. And what a freaking waste of a 40 breeder. They are so shy I have a huge ball of Java moss in there. I hardly ever see them. They hang out in the Java moss. They don't go anywhere else in the tank. I think they do at night, but I'd never see them. And it's like, what a waste. What I want to do is one of these days, I'm probably going to catch them and put that ball of Java moss. No, I take that back. I'm going to catch them and put them in like a 10 or a 20. Leave the Java moss in there and hope that a bunch of babies show up. I'm going to say extra large baby brine shrimp hatcheries. No, I don't like that idea. I do hatch mine in 2 liters and move them teeny tank, keep babies alive a bit longer. There are never enough airdrops. True story. I don't know what's going on with my green screen because my lighting is bad. Yep. Why the water tank? I explained that. I don't want water changes, but the RO auto top off would be nice. I need to learn more about the water parameters that my fish like to know is using RO to top off my tanks good for all of them. The other thing I need to do is set up the auto shut off for my RO tank. I need to do as well. Be happy that Scotty is no longer a tiny forehead in the bottom corner of the screen anymore. Small wins. See? Take what you can get. I need to finish my PVC overflow idea and send you a video of it, Scotty. PVC overflow that has auto restart when needed. Yes, I've seen stuff like that. I need to do that at a smaller diameter. I have no need, nor really the desire, to have like a 1-inch or 2-inch setup like that. I need to do it with like 1/2 inch. And set that up on multiple tanks. I think I even have the parts to do that, to be honest with you. I just never did it. I have lit for a bunch of things I need to do in a list. Okay. To use a mixing valve and run water straight to tanks through carbon block and on-demand water heater. You're too fancy for me. I need something simpler. I want to breed more Daphnia too. It's going well. Mine is not. Any and all killifish, my Gardner pair moved to 2.5. Not all killifish I would put in at 2.5, like Blue Gularis, Fundulopanchex grisansi, Oserai, Amieti. Those larger species I would not put in at 2.5. However, Gardner I really don't think Gardner give a crap. They'll freaking breed in anything. And Aphiosemians, I would say, could definitely go in 2.5s. Rivolus speciosus. That's it. Yep. At night, they congregate at the water line. Go there at night, turn the light on, and net them out. Yeah, exactly. I do see them at night. Don't trust those auto shutoffs. Yeah, that's true too. But yeah, most times when I'm filling up that stupid trash can with RO, I flood the basement. I flooded my floor, trusting an auto shutoff. Yeah, that too. It's more like I should probably do the auto shutoff and put a sensor on the floor. I think would be the best thing to do. But I really think a smaller redundancy. Yep, I agree, John. something small that drains a small amount of water out, and something that fills up the tank that is controlled by a valve or like a CASA outlet type thing would. Who was that just made that noise? Are you dreaming? Is the other one in here? It was. There we go. I'm back. I don't know what happened. Yeah, so something small that drains it, something that can be controlled by a valve or a CASA outlet to fill it back up for while I'm down there, just so that I can have a water change going while I'm down there, or at least be able to control it remotely. Like, I'm trying to keep it cheap and simple, or else I won't do it. Something that can be set up and expanded upon. So, like, I'll start it on one tank and then be able to add to the system for a second tank or something like that would probably work as well. Yeah. But I need to do it. Cosmic says I have sensors on the floor. They scream. Yep. And better for me would not be necessarily that screams, but that sets off an alert on my phone would be the best. In my case, an emergency overflow that drains the sump would be best, or the floor drain. Yep. I have a drain the floor. I waste a ton of RO water. I wanted auto top offs because I've flooded many floors. Trusting my own attention span, I now have to set a 3-minute timer to go off and keep snoozing until I'm done with water changes. Yep. John's using 3/4 PVC. Not sure I would go much smaller than that. I would be afraid of failure due to surface cohesion. Redundancy is best, but when you have 22 tanks, 44 of anything can get expensive. Yep. I mean, I think ultimately, especially if I keep doing something with the axolotls, a holding tank up high and just using a drip system would be easy, I think, for doing water changes on their containers. But I don't know. I have different partial ideas in my head. But I gotta figure something out better. Something better for stands, and then something better for water changes. I really think I would have more success breeding fish and have better looking fish if I had something like that. If I had better looking fish and better luck breeding them, I would be happier. But also, I would be able to put more fish in the auctions, which would result in more money. I would be able to sell more fish at swaps, which would bring me in more money. I could potentially supply fish to different businesses, such as Jody. And with that, it wouldn't even be about the money. It would just be cool knowing that she's selling my fish. So I really think that would yeah, it would be cool, and it would make the room look cleaner. It would just be better in so many ways. Don't necessarily need one-for-one redundancy of the same item, but a second option to take care of issue. Like in my case, room heater failed. In-tank heaters can kick on if needed. Not the best example. You're right. You're right. Luckily for me, if something happens to, as I said, talked about in my last stream, I need to insulate the basement better so that the space heaters aren't working as hard. I probably should look into either doing something better with the ductwork for the heater that I have, my main home heater. But I kind of think that a mini split might be the way to go. But on the flip side, like, this is not my forever home. How much do I want to invest in the infrastructure to make it a fish room? Because chances are the person that buys this home from me, whether it's 5 years or 10 years, is probably not going to need a heater in the basement. So I don't know that I want to do a mini split. Modifying the ductwork would probably help and be more efficient. I mean, I already did that in the one room, but it did kind of tamper and affect the shrimp room. But I kind of think that room needs a heater no matter what, a second heater, because the insulation sucks in that one. So I really think the start is better insulation. But yeah. All right, let's see here. Cam Jam, thank you, ma'am. Is here. Welcome in. All right. Is your name KJ? Or is KJ an acceptable abbreviation? That's the question. I don't know what's going on with the pixels. It's listening to Jenna. It's the lighting. I think my heater failed because it rarely ran, then kicked on full power after sitting so. Possible. Is it an investment in your house or an investment in your fish and enjoyment? Good way to look at it. All with that, I suggest either a propane wall mount or electric oil radiator. That's what I'm using. I have 3 electric oil radiators, 1 in each fish room. But the cost of electric right now in Delaware, and I'm sure other places, it's going up every single month. It is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. KJ, my name is Cammy or Cammy Joe. All right, we'll go with Cammy. Cammy wants to see the Lotto babies. I have. Do I have a short of them? I think one of my recent shorts is them. I'll probably do a video soon. I gotta figure out the best way to I need to set up a camera down there in the fish room. I kind of want to set up a computer down there. It would help me. I'll add it to the list. I think people want finished basements. That's for sure. There's a green screen trying to put a plant over it. Yes. That just gives more reason for you to move to Tennessee, right? I would honestly, I've definitely thought about it lately. I could probably get a job there. In fact, I had my boss got the boot or forced to resign, whatever. My boss is no longer there. I'm temporarily reporting to the executive director. My old boss, I tried multiple times, like, okay, career development, promotion, advancement, whatever the hell you want to call it. What can I do? That pixelation is really. Let's try something here. Hold on. Let's take this down and see if it helps. Nope, didn't help. Multiple times I tried, like, what can I do to be, right now I'm a supervisor. However, I am, to my knowledge, the only salary supervisor. So basically, I am the lowest level manager or assistant manager. I don't know. But I'm in the safety department, but the safety department is literally just me. Hi. And chances are there will never be more than one person in the safety department. Whoever my boss is going to be in charge of other departments as well. So could they give me a promotion, a title promotion, and instead of being a supervisor, I'm an assistant manager or a manager? I think they could. I don't think they will. But also, like, I had a conversation with the executive director when I started reporting to her. And she basically said, like, if I want a promotion, I got to relocate. Well, we have multiple properties in Tennessee. And we just bought the Palace Company, so we probably have even more now, or at least in that general vicinity. So yeah, like, that just makes it even more realistic that it's meant to be. But the question is that I don't know is, like, paying off this house and buying a house, and how much money do I need in savings to make all of that happen? Like, there's a lot of variables there. And I think, in all reality, until I have a crap ton of money saved, I don't think relocating is a realistic thing. I just don't foresee that happening. Honestly, I would probably, if if there was a company, let's say, if there was a company that um would cover the relocation cost so that all I had to do was sell this house to pay it off, have enough money for a down payment on a new house, and they gave me a job making plenty of money, I would do it right away. I mean, in the past, what I had holding me here was the Keystone Clash, ACLC, and the Firehouse, and my job. Well, right now I don't have ACLC, and I wouldn't mind, leaving that anyway. I don't have the Clash. I am very, 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 very close to getting my lifetime active membership at the Firehouse. I probably, I am confident that I'm going to have that done this year. At the latest by the end of the year, realistically, probably in a month or two, I will meet the requirements for lifetime activeness at that Firehouse. And like I said, like I could probably get a permit for the number of properties that we have out in the Tennessee area and how big their safety and security departments are. I could probably easily get a promotion out there. And I just really like the sounds of those areas. He is just loving this. And I can't scroll up to read chat right now. Okay, stay still. Just hold on. I just need to scroll up, okay? Just hang tight. Okay. I'm too poor to go to the bash. Y'all let me know if you come to oh, sorry. All right, goodbye. Yeah, it's gonna be a challenge for me, don't get me wrong. I'm just about recuperated from the screw up I had a couple weeks ago. But I had money in savings that really helped with that and prevented it from being significantly worse. So I just really need to save up money again. All right, I'm not up all the way though. Let's keep scrolling up here. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. I'm somewhere around here. Move to Tennessee. I have electric radiator to supplement the regular heat in the cold. Yep. Nancy said Tennessee is closed. No, Nancy is a very, very, very nice lady. She has an absolute beautiful accent. And her and John are putting on a huge fish event. She breeds some really cool fish. She's a nice lady. Tennessee is full, but Kentucky has space. um, if you think about the difference in price of things between Delaware and Tennessee, the new job wouldn't even have to pay as much. Yeah, yeah. I wish my boss would leave. She is a nutcracker, ball buster. She's a nice lady too. I'm try turning on a light. Okay, hold on. that better? Not that much better. All right. Some people call her Jetta. It's funny. Can't believe it. My Hoya compacta has buttered up. I guess that's a plant. Right on the line there on 65. I guess that's a road. He just said electric is expensive. So you are the safety. Yes, I am the safety department. That is correct. Technically, whoever my boss is the property safety leader. People usually just call me the property safety leader, but technically, the director that I report to right now, it's the executive director, the highest person at the property, who is a vice president for the corporate property or corporate business company. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Is the property safety leader, but yeah, it's me. That doesn't sound very safe. I think born in the Lexington area, he can help you with all things Bash. Look at the cute cat, blah, blah, blah. That would be cool. We could do a convention type thing every year. I think John and I could put on a kick-ass show. Cat. Um, okay. Okay. Matt's gonna put on a fish convention in Iowa. Cat is amazing. If you come to Kentucky, Tennessee, we have firehouses too and a number of clubs, and we can make something like the Clash. I agree. Get up right now and turn your damn light on. I did. Johnny's here. Hi, Johnny. Come out to Wyoming. A lot of fire out here. Johnny, just seeing what you're dealing with right now out there. Um, I will never buy a house in Wyoming. Never. Never. You need to get your butt to Iowa and get more killifish on your website. Jody needs you. I wish my cats were a Swedish cheddar. Mine bite. Oh, he freaking bites. Don't let him freaking fool you. He's a little asshole, okay? He bites my toes and other body parts beyond belief. It's terrible. Yeah, I bet Johnny would give me a good price. No, thank you. Yes, Jenna. That is, yes. Automatic withdrawals. Just happened 3 days ago, I think. I need to get to the point in life where it's a goal of mine. I want to have enough money in the bank that I can turn all of my bills on automatic withdrawal. I really would like to get to that point. I have some of them on there already. I would just like to do all of them. It would be so much easier in life. So much easier. Nancy seems like a sweetheart to me, Zen. Yeah, exactly. Did you turn on a small night light in the other room? No, that is the room light for in here. It works perfect at night. That's just what she wants us to think. It's working. Yep. I'm a nice lady, asked Scotty. Absolutely. Absolutely. I trust Ed. He says she would let him come visit. Oh, of course. Scotty has clearly never played Cards Against Humanity with you. Have you, Senny? You two would have to meet halfway in, like, Iowa for that. I don't know what that's about. That's just... Wait, the Zen Ginger member 1 year Cammy. What the heck are you talking about, sleeper? She wants us to think exactly what she calls people names like tank liquor. Yep. There are clubs in Kentucky. I was at one last week. What? No way. Okay. If Dee Dee licks her tank, she's a tank licker. I don't make the rules. It's funny. Should stop soaking his toes in tuna, then cheddar. What a time to show up. Might leave them alone. Tuna toes. I don't like tuna. There is no. Well, I shouldn't say there's no tuna in this house. Their food probably has tuna in it. If Dee Dee licks tanks, yeah, right. This is sorry, Scotty. This is America. I don't know what that's about. Oh, autopay. All mine are on autopay. It's been getting a bit sketchy lately. Yeah. The problem is when, there's times where when the auto payment is scheduled to happen, the funds are not available yet. You got to wait a day or two for a paycheck to come in to be able to cover it. But my goal is to get enough money in the bank account so that that's not a concern. I need to get more hours at my second part-time job. I'm getting as many hours as I'm going to get at the country club. Now I need to figure out a way to get more hours at the school. Auto pay is cool until your bank account gets low, then it's sketchy. Ain't that the freaking truth? Wouldn't play Cards Against Humanity. He wouldn't even let Annette ask him personally. She's just out of control. She is out of control. It was about you and John hosting a convention. Yes, it's a good idea. Our cat thinks playing is making me bleed. Yes, this one right here agrees. And that's a requirement to play, so he's out, right? Exactly. Next week, we're going to take you to get your vaccines and, more importantly, your nails clipped. Mac already had it done. I found a place that will do it for significantly less money than where he went. And you're due. I should have done it today. That would have made sense. But I forgot. And now I'm paying for it on. Annette likes to keep everyone guessing. She's an interesting critter. That's one thing. Here's the thing, okay? I would clip the nails myself, but it's just it's such a challenge. Like, I gotta first try to get him into the burrito and keep him in the burrito while at the same time getting the nails out like this. And then with the third hand that I don't have, use the nail clippers. They're right here. Actually, I think. Let's see here. Hold on. Stay still. Stop it. Where'd they go? They were right here. Oh, here they are. So yeah, Like, I got him. Give me your, come on. Give me your, ow. Give me your paw. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Ow. Ow. Stop it. Stay still. Yeah. Go. Just go. I'm done with you. It doesn't work. Okay. So, like, I either need help or we're going somewhere. All right. Do it while they're asleep. He'll wake up. It's a purr. Yeah, yeah. Well, that wasn't a very good effort. Yeah, you gave up really quickly. Thanks. All right. I've been going for. I got. What time do I got to leave for dinner? Crap. I forget. Um. Wait. Oh crap. Yeah, I got to leave. Didn't even realize how late it was. Oh. Hmm. I got messages here. Let's see here. Okay. W-2s are now electronically available. Sweet. That's good. Oh, what's this? Okay. That's good. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Um, where was I? If you get excited, he'll get excited. Wait until he's calm and then just grab his little paw. Yeah, but how do I need a third hand. It's 1:45. Dinner is way away. It's almost 3 o'clock here. Is Scotty having old person dinner? Yes. A pet groomer. It is hard. You may just get one done at a time, but while they're asleep is best. He'll wake up and run and bite. Wait until he's laying with his head away from you and lay down and put your chest over his body and use your arms like a seatbelt. Then you should be able to at least clip the fronts. Zen, I need you to do this to your cat and have Mr. Zen videotape it, please. I heard a screenshot, but every time Scotty shows something, he's always holding his phone up to the screen or sending a picture of a monitor. Well, that's when I'm doing it on the computer. I know how to screenshot on my phone. All right. It's been 2 hours. I got 20 people here. Oh my God. I hate ending it when I have people here. But thank you everyone for hanging out. I need to drive out to Chester County for dinner, and I'm looking forward to some. I think it's going to be chicken Alfredo, garlic bread, apple fritter, something. Um, Probably some recreational beverages. So yeah, looking forward to it. All right. See you whenever I stream again. I don't know when it's going to be. I'm working some Wednesdays and Mondays, so I don't know when it's going to be. Bye.